Hey guys, how's it going? Well, doing a little bit more wrenching today, and I've been driving this truck. I've put probably close to 100 miles on it now, and it's been doing pretty good, but I've still got a nagging issue with the way it runs, and I'm trying to kind of get some advice on this and just see if my thinking is in the right spot on it or not. And so let me give you a little bit of background. This is an engine that when I first got this truck was out of time. It was running probably 10 or 15 degrees retarded timing, and it wouldn't idle. And so in the process of trying to sort that out, I realized that it had the wrong Bouncer put on it. This is not the original engine in this truck. It's got I guess some kind of a remanufactured engine in it, and they had put a aftermarket timing cover on it and put a timing tab that's on the 2 o'clock position, and it didn't match. Long story short, it didn't match the Bouncer. So I got it timed pretty well, and it runs good, but it's what the problem is when it's cold and when it idles. Most any time it's idling, it's got a cylinder that's falling out. And what I mean by that is dropping out. What I mean by that is when I start it up cold, it'll sit here and run on 7 cylinders, and after it warms up and gets, heat in it, it starts to run on all 8 again. But it doesn't always run all the time on all 8. It's got one cylinder that is just not doing its job, and when it will run on all 8 is when you're driving and you've got your foot in it a little bit and giving it gas. It seems to pick up and run okay then. And I've had people asking different questions, and let's just tell you what I've done on it. I checked the timing chain on it, did the distributor test on the timing chain, and it passed that just fine. That looked good. What else did I do? I checked the cam lift, cranking the engine over with the valve covers off, and that looked good. Didn't see any problems there. And so I did a compression test on it, and that's where I kind of ran into something that didn't look too good. And I'll tell you what that was. What happened was I did all the compression, every cylinder, with the engine cold and the throttle cracked all the way open. Of course, the ignition disabled, and I got about anywhere from about 120 to 125 pounds of compression in each cylinder, except for number 5 back here, which is the second one from the rear, and that one got built 90 pounds of compression. So assumption is right away, well, there's the problem. That's why it's not wanting to run right, because you need to have compression that's pretty even across the board. I think the rule of thumb is they need to be, the highest and the lowest need to be within about 10% of each other. So it was out of bounds there. I don't know. Different people say different things, but 90 pounds compared to 120, that's 30 pounds under. That's a significant difference. So I did a wet test on it, and the wet test is I took about a tablespoon or a little bit less of motor oil, just use straight 30 weight, and put in the cylinder and let it sit for maybe a minute or so, and then put my tester back in and cranked it over, and it immediately went up to 130 pounds of compression in that cylinder. And that tells me that the rule of thumb is that when that happens, you've got some kind of issue going on with your ring seal, compression in the cylinder. And like I said, rule of thumb is if it doesn't come up when you do that, you're looking at a valve problem. If it does come up, you're looking at some kind of ring problem or the piston problem, something with the cylinder itself. So that said, that's that, and I just kind of put it all back together and just started driving it, because what can you do about that without tearing the thing apart? And I'm not going to do that, not right now at least. And so today I got kind of curious about this, and I went ahead and pulled the plugs out of number 5 and number 7 cylinder. Number 5 is the one that was running on low compression, and this is a plug out of number 5. And sorry for my camera, it's not too great, but you can see it's got a little bit of color on it. not much. It's just not been run that much. But the thing you'll notice is you do not see oil or anything like that. You don't see it fouled out with gas. It looks fine. And this is compared, this is the one out of number 7. And you can see it looks just about like number 7. Number 7 has a little bit more color on it, but this one is not. This one out of this suspect cylinder is not showing really any evidence of you know, something bad going on in there. So that's why I'm kind of trying to wrap my mind around this and kind of try to figure this out without digging into it, I guess you'd say is what it is. So next step I'm going to do is I'm going to do another, I'm going to put this number 7 back in, and I'm going to do another compression test on number 5 cold, and then get that reading, and then I'm going to start it and warm it up and check it again. I'm going to burn my fingers off doing it, but see if I get a difference in it. So we'll go from there. Alright, well, stay tuned. We'll pick up on this in just a few.